Hi guys, Joanna here. Today I have gathered my top 10 fresh, clean, minimalist, your skin but better fragrances in my collection. If you're the type who only wears neutral colors, you don't love wearing beast mode kind of fragrances, and basically your total vibe is clean girl aesthetic, then this video is for you. This category is my vibe on a daily basis, so I have plenty of perfumes to choose from. However, today I am only showing you my top 10, and let's just say that they all have this fresh, white, musky, and woody profile. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. Now, if that sounds appealing to you, then please do keep watching and consider subscribing. By the way, this is in no particular order, and the first fragrance that I want to talk about is called Nothing But Sea and Sky by Une Nuit Nomade. Guys, this to me is an epitome of a clean, white, musky scent that is just so calming. This fragrance has only 3 notes listed, which are bergamot, sandalwood, and white musk. This to me smells so clean, seems like a walk in the clouds, very inoffensive. Aside from white musk, I also get here a fresh, slightly creamy sandalwood. I'll say if you're the type who's into inoffensive, clean white musk and slightly creamy woody scent, then you're gonna love Nothing But Sea and Sky. This has a moderate performance in my opinion, let's say around 4 to 5 hours, and I just love how calming and clean it makes me feel. Perfect for those cloudy days in my opinion. I highly recommend this as well. For example, if you are working in a very close environment that you can't really wear something too strong, I think Nothing But Sea and Sky and the rest of the perfume in today's video will fit your style. Once again, that is Nothing But Sea and Sky by Une Nuit Nomade. All right, next up is a fragrance that I recently discovered. And if you watch my channel, I recently raved about Sultana by Lush. And what can I say? This is my favorite fragrance from Lush as of the moment because it just smells so good. Very clean and fruity. There's something about it that feels very relaxing, even though it is actually fruity, musky, fresh, and clean scent. As of now, this is my favorite out of the shower scent because I use this together with Lush Sultana's bar soap and they just paired so well. I'm so thankful to the sales associate in Lush at the Milan Central Station who introduced me into this because I am definitely loving this fragrance. This fragrance has a very simple note breakdown as well. It has dried fruits, olibanum, blackberry, and bergamot. It doesn't even list musk. However, to me, there's something quite musky in it, but at the same time, it's also fruity. It has dried fruits accord, so not really your typical juicy, fresh, fruity scent. But yeah, there's something about Sultana that is very addictive to me. This is my favorite out of the shower scent as of the moment. And when it comes to longevity and projection, guys, this lasts me around 4 to 6 hours. It stays on clothes though for a very long time. So I love the fact that my pajama actually smells like this. I highly recommend you checking out Sultana if you happen to pass by a Lush store because this is a limited edition as well. It's your skin but better in a way that it is also such a unique scent. Once again, Sultana by Lush. Next up is the first fragrance that I picked up in my collection when I decided to film this video. And this is, of course, Clean Reserve Skin. And what can I say? This is definitely your skin, but better, with sweetness coming from praline and that addictive skin note. I don't know how they did it, but it has a skin note that to me appears to be something like a pheromone. There's something about this fragrance that really smells like skin. It's like a sweet yet salty kind of skin, and I just love it. For example, you're just starting your perfume collection and you don't really know yet what you want. I highly, highly recommend you checking out Clean Reserve Skin. I think everyone will like this fragrance. Plus, it layers so well with other fragrances. This is something that is good after shower as well, as it gives you that perfect amount of freshness and sweetness. I find this fragrance quite different from the rest in today's list because it has a salt note that gave it an addictive quality. When it comes to longevity and projection, I'll say this lasts me around 4 to 6 hours. Actually, almost all of the fragrances that I'm talking about today has pretty much moderate to soft projection. Highly recommend Clean Reserve Skin. Oh, and I find this fragrance unisex. Now I'm going to talk about two Middle Eastern fragrances that I think fit the best in today's category. And yes, you heard me right. I only included two from the Middle Eastern world. And the first one is from French Avenue, and this is called Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. And as you see, the bottle looks like an initial perfume, right? Yeah, because it is a dupe of Initio's Musk therapy. And yeah, what can I say? This is an uplifting, everyday kind of musk. It has that black currant and moss in the opening that kind of smells medicinal for, let's say, the first 3 to 5 minutes. And then the final dry down is definitely very similar to musk therapy. I will say, especially in the air. I find this fragrance uplifting, citrusy, and musky because of the black currant, orange, and bergamot notes. And it has that added magnolia that gave this fragrance slight powderiness. It is done so well because it is so subtle. So it's not like that powdery scent. I will still consider this fragrance as more of a clean, fruity, floral, musky scent that is perfect to use every day. Another inoffensive scent that will be perfect for the office, especially if you are the type who don't want to spend a lot on a fragrance to be used on a daily basis. When it comes to longevity and projection, this lasted me around 4 to 6 hours. I find this fragrance unisex, however, leaning slightly more feminine. And yeah, highly recommended. One of the best musky scents from the Middle Eastern market. Once again, this is French Avenue's Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. All right, next up is the other musky scent from the Middle Eastern market, and this is called Musk Pure Musk Blend. And if you watch my channel, I recently featured this as my top two favorite from Khadlaj because, yeah, what can I say? I think this is the best musky scent that you can get from the Middle Eastern market. Now, how does this smells like? It smells like musk. It is a kind of musk that I imagine, So having said that, it is clean, a little bit cottony, and very fresh. It is a kind of fragrance that lingers on your skin as time goes by. That's why I love this so much as well. It is not a typical musky scent that disappears after 2 hours. Musk Pure gives me a feeling as if the scent is being absorbed by my skin. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that it lingers and at the same time it really becomes like part of your skin. Yeah, hence your skin but better scent, right? When it comes to longevity and projection, guys, this in my opinion lasts for a very long time on me. Let's say 5 to 7 hours, and it stays longer on clothes. That's why I really highly recommend it if you are looking for a good, clean, lingering, musky scent from the Middle Eastern market. Yeah, once again, Musk Pure by Khadlaj, and I find this fragrance unisex. All right, next up is a new discovery of mine, and it's not a new scent. I discovered it in Exans. I love it so much that I put it on my wish list, and this is called Genetic Bliss by 2787. And yeah, what can I say? This is a musky molecular scent that also lingers on skin. So this is somehow giving that pheromone kind of scent as well. I find it very attractive. Your skin, but better in like a very attractive way. Well, I will say that aside from the clean musk, I find this fragrance as well very woody. So if you are a woody scent lover like me, you will definitely love this fragrance. This somehow falls in the same ballpark as Le Labo's Another 13. However, I'm not including Another 13 in today's list because I get anosmic to it. Yeah, I know, bummer, right? I finished the 15 ml of that and I'm not buying a full bottle because what's more important to me is me smelling myself. Anyway, so having said that, I prefer Genetic Bliss because with Genetic Bliss, I don't get anosmic. And they basically have the same vibe, but Genetic Bliss is definitely woodier. And also, I know that a lot of people are comparing this to Angel Dust by Fugazzi, and this is my favorite, Your Skin But Better scent. In my opinion, yes, they are similar. However, it's not redundant to own both, but at the same time, you don't need both. They both have the same vibe, but I will say Genetic Bliss is on the woodier side. Like, for example, the first spray of this reminds me a lot of Santal 33 by Le Labo. However, as it dries down, it is somehow giving Another 13 vibes instead. Whereas Angel Dust, oh, and this is the extra deep parfum concentration, by the way, okay? Angel Dust opens up the same, so slightly woody. However, Angel Dust on me tends to be sweeter in the dry down. It's like if I wanted to be a pheromone slash woodier, I will go for Genetic Bliss. And if I prefer like a sweet pheromone kind of scent, I will go for Angel Dust Extrait. Also, you know, what I notice as well is that with Genetic Bliss, I have this feeling of it being very long lasting. And I don't know if molecular is the proper word for it because I feel like this lingers, but in a way as if the scent is dispersed all over my body. I don't know, there's something about it that really get absorbed by my pores. And yeah, I am just really loving this fragrance. Love this one. Will definitely get a full bottle. Whereas with Angel Dust, I love it because it is sweeter. I prefer this just a little bit more than Genetic Bliss, but I want to own both of them. And I know that a lot of you have tried Genetic Bliss as well. And let me know what you think. Do you find them like really extremely similar? Or you agree with me? Because I feel like this kind of scents will depend on your skin chemistry as well. Yeah. Anyway, when it comes to longevity and projection, these two last for a very long time. That's why I love them. Let's say last me more than 8 hours. It's not suffocating, not cloying. Definitely just the perfect scent for my liking because I don't really go for a beast mode kind of fragrances on a daily basis anyway. I find these two unisex and highly recommend them both if you are looking for a sensual your skin but better. Angel Dust Extra de Parfum by Fugazzi and Genetic Bliss by 2787. Right, next up, I think is a very sophisticated your skin but better scent. And this is called Musc Moschus by Rania J. Now, what can I say? This falls in the same ballpark as clean reserve skin. However, with Musc Moschus, I find the vanilla in here more pronounced, and also it has an iris note that gave this fragrance some powdery feel. So I will say that this is a your skin but better signature level kind of scent. Definitely fresh and uplifting because of blackcurrant, musk, and sandalwood. However, the added iris in here gave this fragrance sophistication. I really love this scent. I guess if I didn't have like a massive collection right now, I would love Musc Moschus to be my signature scent. Yeah, because there's something about this that just speaks to me. Very clean and powdery at the same time, you know, but not too much. It has a perfect clean and sweet vanilla and musk combo that I love in a lot of fragrances. Plus, it has an iris note that I also love. So, yeah, highly recommend this fragrance. A very sophisticated, your skin but better scent, Musc Moschus by Rania J. And even though this fragrance is unisex, I think this is more feminine leaning. All right, next scent is quite new in my collection, and this is called Chromodoro by Astrophil and Stella. Ooh, I don't want to blind you. This is how the bottle looks like. And what can I say? I think I'm going to consider this as an edgy, your skin but better scent. This is so up my alley, guys. I recently reviewed this fragrance and I was shocked by how much I love it. This basically is a musky, woody scent. It has a very herbaceous and green quality in it because of the basil and tomato leaf. So having said that, this opens up quite aromatic and herbaceous, but then as it dries down, it becomes woodier and muskier. It is a kind of scent as well that linger the entire day. It gives you this perfect scent bubble of cleanliness. There's something about it that smells very edgy. As mentioned, I have a lot of perfumes in this category. However, I will say that Chromodoro kind of like stands out because it is unique because of that tomato leaf, juniper berries, and gin combo with a woody and musky base. I absolutely love this scent. I was wearing this yesterday. Such a beautiful and interesting release, guys. I highly recommend you at least sampling this fragrance if you are like me who enjoys fresh woody scents because this hits differently. I haven't heard anyone yet talking about this fragrance as well. So yeah, if you've tried this fragrance, let me know what you think of it. Once again, Chromodoro by Astrophil and Stella, and I find this fragrance unisex. Longevity and projection are moderate in my opinion, lasted me around 4 to 7 hours from moderate to soft projection. All right, last but not the least is something edgy, chic, your skin but better scent. And I think this is quite underrated. This is called Soft Tension by Andrea Maack. And this is my favorite from Andrea Maack's collection. This is basically a floral musky scent that just feels cool and pretty at the same time. And what I mean by cool is that there's something about it that feels cold on the skin, even though it's not. It has like a cold texture that I am absolutely loving as well. This is not your typical clean, musky scent, even though it is mainly a clean musk scent. I will say the matte note in here gave this fragrance a difference. I don't see a lot of fragrances with a matte note. And yeah, in case you're not familiar with matte, it is basically a loose tea from South America. And they have a distinctive aroma. They're not like a typical black tea. They don't have the typical relaxing tea vibes. This to me smells like a signature scent of an edgy entrepreneur, for example. You know, she's always in neutral colors. However, she is so cool and edgy that even though she's wearing neutral colors, she still ends up the best dressed in the company. That's how I imagine the vibes of soft attention. The freesia in here gave this fragrance sophistication as well. So, you know, a very edgy, floral, musky scent that I highly recommend. When it comes to longevity and projection, this lasts me around 5 to 7 hours. Once again, Soft Tension by Andrea Maack. If you're looking for an edgy, white, floral, musky scent to be used on a daily basis. Oh, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. So that wraps up today's video, guys. Those are my top 10 your skin but better scents in my collection. Let me know if you have any other perfumes in mind. Share it in the community and write it in the comments down below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching and see you on my next one. Bye, guys.